You truly never know what kind of impact you're having on others. Sometimes you're lucky enough to find out, but I want this video to go out there for you who are wondering what's the point of content creation right now. You know, maybe you're a book review YouTuber or social commentator or comedy, um, or vlogging about your life or your pets. You know, when the world is such a stressful, chaotic, weird place, and people around the world, and even maybe people in your own family or in your personal life are experiencing really hard times, you might be tempted to think, like, what's the point? Does it even matter what I have to say right now? Like, you know, who wants to hear me talk about A, B, and C? Um, I don't know exactly who, but somebody does. And you never know the positive impact that you're having on your audience or your potential audience, people who haven't found you yet, but are really needing to find you. One example of this, it's not about YouTube, this next part, but it's about how content can potentially really help people and be comforting to people. So I really, really love the Mary Tyler Moore Show. And I find a huge amount of comfort in that. There's nothing in it. I mean, sure, there might be a good message or a moral in one of the episodes, but mostly I love the characters. I love the storylines. I love laughing, and it just feels good. And when I'm having a hard time, the Mary Tyler Moore Show is actually one of the things that I will remember and put it on in the background while I'm doing dishes. I just do that anyway. I love having it on in the background while I do dishes. And one time it occurred to me, well, I mean, there's more to the story. I started watching the Mary Tyler Moore Show when I was going through a really difficult time. And then I've still carried on watching it now, even though that specific season has passed, but I started watching it during a really hard season. And most of the actors have passed on now, but I sometimes wonder when I'm washing dishes and I hear the stories going on in the background, like, I wish that these actors could know how much joy they've brought me over the years. They would have no idea that one random person washing dishes feels so connected to them and feels so encouraged and blessed by just them doing funny made up stories. Okay, so that's just one example. Another way more intense example is yesterday I was watching a video, and it's some YouTubers that I follow. They have like millions of followers, but they just do pretty much everything they do is just kind of goofy and ridiculous and really not very serious stuff. And I was watching one of their videos, and I just for fun was scrolling down afterwards looking through the comments, and one person wrote a comment saying, I'll summarize it. Basically, the gist of it was that they were going through such a hard time, they almost wanted to end it all, but they remembered that these guys would be putting out another episode and that they would miss it. If they weren't around, they would miss the episode. Now, I know that brings up all kinds of things of like, we need way more solid things to put our joy in. Absolutely. We need something more like, if people need to stop their YouTube channel or whatever, we don't want, we would love for that person to find deep purpose in life, you know, being loved by God, being filled with purpose to like do good things in the world. And, we would love for them to find that. But in the meantime, the fact that two guys doing really goofy stuff and putting out episodes of it brought so much comfort to this person that they stuck around so they wouldn't miss an episode. I know that is super intense or like very weighty, and it's not meant to be like, well, do your content creation or you never know. It's not like that. I'm just saying, if you're ever in doubt of like, say if you're reviewing books or talking about movies you've watched that are funny and you're doing movie reviews and you're thinking like, really? Is this what the world needs right now? Is me talking about a fluffy book or some, I don't know, superhero movie or something? Maybe. I don't know. We all find comfort in different things and look forward to different things and feel grounded by different things. So you really never know. And also, I know for a fact there are people who specifically are avoiding intense and serious talks online right now or in the media that they're consuming. There are people specifically looking for things that have nothing to do with the very serious things going on in the world. There are people who need just non-intense content to watch. So I'm going to keep posting about life, encouragement, and what else do I post about? Mental health, online business things. I'm going to keep posting about those things. And if you were wondering too, if you should even bother continuing on with your content creation, maybe, of course, I don't know your circumstances or you should never, well, I'm not going to say should. It's ideal to not feel like you have to keep to a schedule because, it's a recipe for burnout. So if you're needing to take breaks from content creation, then of course that's a totally legit option. But if you're someone who's really, really wanting to do content creation and you're wondering like, is this even relevant? Like, does it matter? Somebody might need it out there. Somebody might be looking for exactly what you're offering. So, I mean, it's up to you. And you can talk about more serious things. Like you can look back on my videos. I have some that are about really like life-affecting topics or like deeper topics. But I also talk about like, online business flops and job interview red flags, things like that. So I don't know, maybe somebody out there needs what you have to say. And if you're not a content creator, someone also just needs you living your life, being kind, showing love, and persevering, being there for others. You genuinely never know how you're going to affect the people around you. One time I was going through a really, really difficult time and I went to a bookstore and I just interacting with the woman who owned the bookstore. It's a small town around here, so it's like someone who knows all her customers. So very small local bookstore. And I went in and was having a really hard time. And I love going to bookstores when I'm feeling good and also when I want to feel better. So I went in and I got the books that I wanted off the shelves. And then at checkout, was just, nothing deep, just like, hello, how's it going? I don't know if I bought a coffee. I might have bought a coffee. It's like a coffee shop, bookstore. Just a normal, regular bookshop owner smiling and saying hello and helping me with my purchases was very comforting. You never know. You never know. That's what I'm trying to say. So even if you're not a content creator, pay attention to the people around you and remember that people could potentially be going through a very difficult time and you don't have to have super deep words to comfort them. Just being you could be a huge comfort to the people around you. So, thanks for watching.